line to go and visit the Louvre, one of the finest art galleries in the world, indeed the premier art gallery in the world.
Oh, and what a lineup it was. We were lined up for more than 2 hours, and the lesson is one should not visit the Louvre during the summer holidays, and that line snaked around more than a bit of tax legislation. For those that do not know, the Louvre is in Paris, France. And as an additional piece of information, the Louvre is open almost every day, however it is closed on public holidays and Tuesdays. Two things. No doubt you are thinking that the Egyptian music in the background is very out of place, as is the glass pyramid at the Louvre. At the time of its construction, it was very controversial. However, when you get inside the Louvre and witness the French plunder, then the reason for it being there becomes very clear, and the links to generations of Napoleons is also very important to the history of the Louvre. But more about that later.
I was in the queue and I finally made it inside the Louvre.
While underneath the glass dome pyramid of the Louvre, I did not find the bones of Mary Magdalene, to the disappointment of many. Unquestionably, the most famous object in the Louvre is Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. And judging by the crowds surrounding it, it is probably what most people come to see. But I was surprised by the scale and the size of Egyptian artifacts to be found there. How did they get there? What is the history of the Louvre?
History of the Louvre. The Louvre was originally built as a fortress in 1190, but was reconstructed in the 16th century to serve as a royal palace. Like many buildings, it was built and rebuilt over the years. During its time as a royal residence, the Louvre saw tremendous growth. Today, it covers a total area of 60,600 square meters. In 1682, Louis XIV moved the royal residence to Versailles, and the Louvre became home to various art academies, offering regular exhibitions of its members' works. During the French Revolution, Louis XVI and his wife, Marie Antoinette, were forcibly removed from Versailles and imprisoned in Tuileries Palace, which was then adjacent to the Louvre. They were beheaded there in 1793. The National Assembly opened the Louvre as a museum in August 1793, with a collection of 537 paintings. The museum closed in 1796 because of structural problems with the building. Napoleon reopened the museum and expanded the collection in 1801, and the museum was renamed Musée Napoleon. It was Napoleon Bonaparte who created the foundation for the world-famous museum the Louvre is today. He wanted to be in charge of creating a collection of art in the Louvre. That's why he renamed it in 1802 to the Napoleon Museum. He wanted to create a museum of France with a wonderful collection of art from all around the world. He enlarged its collection by bringing art from his military campaigns, private donations and commissions he made. Napoleon's contributions included spoils from Belgium, Italy, Prussia and Austria. In 1815, when Napoleon abdicated with the Treaty of Fontainebleau, almost 5,000 artworks were returned to their countries of origin. France was allowed to keep only a few hundred works, and the Louvre reverted to its original name. Many artifacts from Napoleon's conquests in Egypt remained. After Napoleon, the Louvre continued to expand. The multi-building Louvre complex was completed under the reign of Napoleon III in the mid-19th century.
There are many examples in the Louvre's Egyptian exhibition which could be singled out for special attention. However, this statue of an extraterrestrial, I believe, requires special attention. But when you zoom in, you quickly notice that it's not ET, it's a ram's head on a man's body. There are everyday items too, like this mock-up of a bedroom made from things from the time, with a simple bed whereby you lay practically on the floor with a pillow that looks incredibly uncomfortable. There is also some more palatial examples of this pillow, along with a case with items I have absolutely no idea what they could be. and a garment from the time has survived. I cannot tell you whether that was to be worn by a male or female, or perhaps the clothing at the time was a bit androgynous. There is also mirrors and hair care products, combs and pins to secure one's hair, although the mirrors have somewhat lost their shine. And the jewellery is absolutely magnificent, along with the precision whereby which the jewellery was made. The type of spoons and bowls that the ancient Egyptians used look absolutely amazing. They almost look like girls swimming in the Nile. And musical instruments too are part of the collection. An instrument that somewhat resembles a guitar, along with a preserved drum. There are some examples of ivory carvings, which today would be not considered to be acceptable. Although Napoleon raided Egypt before the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, a statuette of Tutankhamun's father is in the collection, along with absolutely exclusive pottery. There's not many tools to be seen in the Louve's collection, or at least on public display, but one of the tools is a masonry hammer. These rounded shaped pieces of wood are identical to those used by stonemasons today. There is much controversy about the Egyptians' level of tooling, whereby officially they had nothing harder than copper, and they used these hammers to shape all the stones, indeed, that they did shape. And one of the arguments used is precision. Before us here is a granite bowl, and it is shaped with laser-like precision. It's amazing. I took some time to look at it, and I was shocked that this piece was not turned on a lathe or something like that. Granite is a particularly hard stone. And then there are cabinets full of quite innocent looking alabaster bowls. But the wall thickness on these is very thin. Although they wouldn't let me anywhere near it with a dial gauge, I've seen videos where people have put dial gauges on these things, and their run out is within 2/1000ths of an inch. That's about the thickness of a human hair, and they said that they were done with hammers and chisels. I think there's a bit more to the story than that. Another thing of note is an Egyptian calendar which was taken for a temple in Egypt. The temple in Egypt today has a fake, whereby the real one is located in the Louvre. second surprise in the Louvre after leaving the Egyptian wing was the Napoleon III wing. In this part of the Louvre you'll see furnishings from royal palaces and stately houses, all of a style and a grace long since past, but incredibly eye-catching, incredibly beautiful. I literally cannot sell the beauty of these objects enough, let alone their priceless values. I'm happy to show them to you. The Louvre collection also offers classic Roman, Greek and even Sumerian sculptures. It's a really sad thing that most of my life, and probably the life of many others, rubbish like this has been put forward as fine art. And it has an incredible value too. I probably should give you the background about it. It was created in 1952 by Jason Pollock and eventually bought by the Australian government in August 1973 for the sum of $1.3 million. And it would seem to be a good investment because today they are saying that it is worth $500 million, when frankly I wouldn't even give you a bus ticket for it. It looks like something a preschooler would do. Nonetheless, this counts as fine art in the art world. But when you visit the Louvre and look at the paintings there, you see true art, art to be appreciated, art to be enjoyed. So if you're not an art enthusiast, the Louvre is for you. It's impossible to get round it all. I put this little something together of some of the paintings there, but there are literally thousands more. Amongst the paintings that I saw that I thought were somehow special, I'm presenting a little bit differently. Some of them were just like looking at a photograph. Now we are slowly approaching the most famous artwork in the Louvre, that of the Mona Lisa. The woman without eyebrows, whose identity is unknown, is probably one of the most iconic images in the world. Her creator, Leonardo da Vinci, was, I suppose you'd call him Italian because he grew up around Florence. One of the world's great minds, with a large string of ideas and inventions to his name, many of which were never completed. Likewise, the Mona Lisa, it only looks the way it does today because Leonardo died. When Leonardo was quite old, he stayed in France as a guest of the king for the king's entertainment. That is why the painting today now features in the Louvre. Well, I think the Louvre is one of those places where, if you can, you need to go there at least once in your lifetime. Sadly, the video is coming to an end. Thank you for watching. I've enjoyed making it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Please subscribe and hit that like button, and there's many more things to come.